Where if it's noisy, you can't hear. If it's clear, you can hear. Okay, now Rabbi Nachman will now bring a new idea into the lesson. Please proceed.
Now, by giving charity, he acquires souls, because he buys friends and loved ones for himself. Corresponding to wealth adds many friends. This is what
Munbaz was a king.
Munbaz said.
King Munbaz.
My ancestors stored money, but I stored souls. The more people one gives charity to, the more souls he acquires.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, please read 77.
Munbaz stored souls. According to Rashi, King Munbaz was the son of Queen Helene, a descendant from the Hashmonaei,
From Hanukkah.
Who assumed the kingdom after their rebellion against the Greeks.
The Maccabees, right?
The Maharasha
He's a major commentator.
states that Munbaz was a convert.
Wow, I didn't know that.
During a famine in the land, he opened the royal treasures and dispersed the monies to the poor. His family, angry at their loss of wealth, united against him, saying, Your ancestors gathered treasures and added to what they found. You are squandering it all. Munbaz explained 6 differences between himself and his ancestors, one of which was, my ancestors stored money, but I stored souls. His ancestors gathered the money only for themselves. He, by sharing his money with the poor, made friends and gathered in their souls. His final answer to them was, my ancestors stored for this world, but I stored for the world to come.
So Rabbi Nachman just wanted to give you the idea of that money makes friends, and with money you can save lives and give life to people. That was the idea. Okay, keep going into the main body. And by virtue
of this love which he acquires through giving charity, the air is purified.
Stop. Okay, so Rabbi Nachman now is going to explain how first he spoke about air and listening to sound waves when people talk to each other, when the air is clear or very chaotic. Now he explains here, when you give charity, you purify the air. It gets very beautiful now.
This is good.
Who's he referring to?
Who's what?
He acquires. Who's he?
The person
who gives charity. Okay, keep going. Thus, the more people.
Thus, the more people he gives charity to, and the more people's love he acquires, the more widespread the tranquil, pure air becomes. This is because love is the binding of spirit to spirit, the spirit of the one who loves with the one who is loved. This is the concept of tranquil air. Each one's spirit is at peace with the others.
Isn't that beautiful?
Very beautiful.
This is because love is the binding of spirit to spirit, the spirit of the one who loves with the one who is loved. It's like
David?
better than any romantic novel I ever heard.
So you're saying when you go to a shir and there's someone asking for tzedakah, if you give them a quarter, they're there for a purpose to bring blessing, clear the air.
Yeah, that's what it is. Every time you this is a positive.
They're not bad people.
It's separate who the person is.
For a reason.
Yeah, it's not who the person is. It's not who the person is. It's explaining that the action of doing something positive causes a positive energy in the vernacular, in today's vernacular. It causes a pure air. There's no negativity. There's no bad feelings.
Can I just add, it's
Please.
not just money.
Yeah, he said before.
It's love, it's kindness, it's whatever you're giving. It's clearing the air. Because you're creating a different kind of atmosphere when you give to somebody.
Right.
Even if you're giving them food or you're giving them kind words, it's all part of this giving.
So-
That's what helps.
Even
What does it
your
mean
eyes.
What does it mean the air is purified?
So he's going to explain it now. You just how are we doing on the time?
I just want to go back
Yes,
a
please.
second. In section 72, in footnote 72,
Right.
when we were talking about wealth, so you would ask what was wealth. And so what he says here, wealth means not only giving one's money to charity, but also giving one's Torah knowledge.
There you are.
So that was in the
Yeah.
footnote.
That's it.
We didn't read that
Yeah, I
footnote.
saw that.
It's also
explicitly.
giving someone the time of day, looking at someone with a nice eye, a good eye,
Being kind.
a good heart, giving someone the time of day, to look at them, let them say what they have to say.
Yeah.
That's everything sometimes.
Loving kindness. That's what it's all about.
Okay, so keep going.
There's no bad wind, hatred, to separate them. For hatred is synonymous with an evil spirit. As it is written, and God placed an evil spirit between Avimelech and the inhabitants of Shechem.
Menachem just brings now a few proofs to what is this negative air or tranquil air. Hated air or loving air. So please read the footnote 78.
Avimelech, Gideon saved the Jews from the Midianites. Afterwards his son Avimelech killed all his brothers and took the leadership for himself. Though the inhabitants of Shechem originally supported him because of Avimelech's shameful acts, God created hatred between them and they rebelled against Avimelech. No longer listening to Avimelech, he lost his rulership and his life. Thus hatred, the evil spirit, is likened to the storm wind that prevents people from hearing one another. This hatred causes separation between people, the very opposite of charity, which brings people together. I don't understand that one anyway.
Why? What don't you
No, I
understand?
don't know. I don't know. Avimelech, what happened?
Just
Killed all his brothers?
Yeah, he did something nutty. It's just a proof that when he started to kill all his brothers, he wanted to be king.
Is that what it
It
was?
caused a tremendous amount of negative energy, obviously, and he lost everything because he caused all this hatred and jealousy and stuff. It's just a proof, a historic proof.
Okay.
Okay, so Rabbi Nachman is just bringing idea and proof. Okay, let's go to page 45. You doing good on the time? Okay, you want to go? You want to say? You want to say?
We're in the middle.
No, you want to do
We're in the middle of the paragraph.
45? No, we're starting. We're finished.
We stopped here.
Okay, so keep going. I'm sorry.
Rashi explains evil spirit hatred. Thus we can conclude that hatred corresponds to a bad wind, a confusion of the air, because of which that which is spoken cannot be heard.
He's going to explain this now. We're on page 45, on the top. You want to say it? Yes. Okay, let's go.
On the other hand, love and
You
friendship.
got to speak louder and a little clearer and slower.
On the
my
other
wife.
hand, love and friendship are synonymous with the tranquil, pure, which allows the words to be heard far away.
Is it missing air?
Yeah, looks like it's missing the word.
Okay, so love, friendship are synonymous with tranquil, pure air,
Okay.
which allows the words to be heard far away. Okay.
And this is achieved through charity, as in wealth adds many friends. By giving charity, he acquires friends and loved ones. As a result, the concept of tranquil and pure air comes into being. And the more one gives charity to more people, the greater this concept of tranquil and pure air becomes. By giving charity to one person, we find that he's acquired one friend. Their spirits are then bound, and a small area of tranquil and pure air is made. But by giving charity to more people, a larger area of tranquil and pure air comes into existence. Accordingly, the more he gives to greater amounts of people and acquires additional friends and loved ones, as wealth adds many friends, the greater and greater the area of tranquil and pure air grows and increases.
Do you want to read the footnote?
Sure. Thus, charity creates a love and friendship through which the tranquil air necessary for words to be heard even at a distance is brought into being. This ties in with what was explained earlier, that there are times when the tzaddik's light is obscured from a person. In order to hear the words of faith which are uttered by the tzaddik, the air has to be tranquil and pure. Giving charity to one person creates a small area of such air. Giving charity to more people creates a greater tranquility, allowing more people to hear these words, until the tzaddik's words can traverse the entire globe. But when hatred exists, the storm wind prevents even a person standing right next to the tzaddik from hearing the words of faith. Therefore, the first act one should perform to rectify his foolishness, in other words, to clear the air, is to give charity.
Okay. So charity